Hey guys, thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is Fatima. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 of my favorite, I look naked. I'm going to be sharing with you 7 of my favorite spiritual books or books about spirituality. Before I forget, if you're new and this is your first time at my channel, welcome. We talk about all things faith, soul, and beauty. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down some of these books for you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what they're about, but not too much because I don't want to spoil it in case you plan on reading it. But I'm going to share 7 of my favorite spiritual books. The first one I'm going to start with is this little tiny one right here, which I'm sure you've seen before. And it is called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This book I really like because, as you can see, it's pocket size. I think they have a bigger one too, but this is the one that I have. And basically it just breaks down 4 different by as individuals. I love this book because it's like little gems of wisdom that are just bite-sized. You can take it with you. You can literally read this book in like less than an hour, probably like 30 minutes, because it's just so condensed, but it's something that I reference a lot. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you what the 4 agreements are. You just got to check it out and get it. And of course, all of the links to these books will be in the description box if you want to check them out. And the video is not sponsored. It should be though. Audible, where you at? Amazon, where you at? But it's not. But I do get a commission if you use my links below. So hook your girl up. All right. The second book is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. I love this book so much. Like, who would have thought that this woman right here would have just known my life so well? She gets me. But back in, I think, December, I ordered this book when I was going through what I like to call a quarter life crisis, and literally just felt like everything was falling apart. And this was the book that I reached for, and everything just made sense. And I'll just read the little excerpt here. It says, "Let go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you are. Your guide to a wholehearted life." And she's also a psychologist, so that's something that I really like about this book, is that not only is she giving you those self-care and those spirituality gems, but she's also breaking it down in a way that's coming from a medical background. So I really like that because I'm kind of a geek when it comes to stuff like that. So next book is called The Battlefield of the Mind by the OG Joyce Meyer. Now this book, this is a book that I picked up actually in the midst of a very, very dark time in my life, and this is my second time reading it. The first time I read it was probably in like 2011, 2012, and then I picked it back up again because I really just wanted a refresher. And this book is great for anyone that struggles with negative thinking. It's great for anyone that struggles with overthinking, anxiety, and depression. It really is. And I love that, of course, from Joyce Meyer. So she's breaking it down from a biblical perspective, and she's showing you how a lot of the attacks and a lot of the negativity that we have in our mind is actually the battle that's happening in your mind between the flesh and the spirit, or if you want to take it even a step further, Satan and the Holy Spirit. So this is pretty much, you know how in shows and stuff you always see like the angel on this side and the devil on this side? She literally breaks that down in a way where it makes you understand that to some extent that's true. That's why we see that reference so much, because there's that constant battle in between us of negativity or positivity, light or dark. So I would definitely recommend this for anyone who is struggling in that way. The next book is also by Joyce Meyer, and this is actually a devotional. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should be doing, by the way, like, what are we doing? Okay. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I post almost every day devotionals from this book right here. This is probably my second time reading it, but what I really like about devotionals, especially this one, it seems like every time I open a page up, I'm just like, so you gonna read my life today or not? And I personally love that. I love when I get that boost of inspiration. That's what I think this devotional, or any devotionals honestly, are really good for, because it just gives you like that little uplifting boost of inspiration where maybe you don't have a lot of time and you can't do like a full Bible study, but you want to make sure you're setting the tone of your day off right. So this is my devotional that I'm currently reading. Shout out to YouTube, but I didn't get it off of Audible. I found the link on YouTube to Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Elizabeth Gilbert is the woman that wrote Eat, Pray, Love. If you haven't read that or seen the movie, like, what are we doing? But so inspiring, and I just love the way she writes. I love the way she speaks. It's so entertaining, even though it's self-help and spirituality. It's in a very playful, lighthearted way. So that's what I really like about Elizabeth Gilbert's writing. And Big Magic is really for the person that is super creative and always has tons of ideas, but you find yourself struggling with creating the ideas, or you find yourself struggling with, you know, maybe someone else is doing your idea. Whatever it is when it comes to ideas and creating, that's really what Elizabeth Gilbert is talking about in Big Magic. I am listening to it, like I said, via a YouTube link that I will put below if you guys want to check it out. And I love it so far. I would suggest still checking it out on Audible, because the cool thing about Audible is you can actually like make notes and you can bookmark and you can do all of that fun stuff. If you're listening to it on YouTube, you can't do any of that. So that's the downside of finding like the free links online. But yeah, Big Magic is one that I have currently been listening to, and I really, really like it. So the other book that I listened to on Audible, which literally shook my entire life to the core, shook the whole thing, the entire thing, is The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. This book literally changed my life. Now the thing about this book, it's kind of interesting. It's almost like a combination of a lot of the ones that I've shared, but it basically helps you to realize that outside of your thinking, outside of your being, outside of your labels, outside of your roles that you play, there's a soul underneath all of that, and that you can connect and tap into that at any time. That you don't have to attach yourself to your emotions and all the labels that we have constantly thrown on us. This book breaks it down in such a simple way that it's almost like comical. Like, it's like listening to it, especially, I don't know if the author is actually narrating it, but whoever is narrating it, he has like this tone that he uses where it's like he says things in such a simple way that you're almost just like, why are you making me look stupid? Like, you don't have to make me look stupid. Like, just it's very like tell it like it is, but not in a I'm smarter than you type of way. It's really just in a plain and simple, like, this is what you're doing, this is another solution, this is a way that you can do this that can result in you feeling better about yourself. So I love this book. I feel like it's perfect for anyone that feels like they're soul searching, for anyone that feels like they're stuck in a negativity trap. And maybe, you know, the book Battlefield of the Mind with Joyce Meyer is a little too much for you because it's too heavy in the scriptures and it talks about the devil and all of that. This book is not really like that. I would say that it's kind of religion neutral. Like, it doesn't really dive deep into Christianity or Buddhism or anything like that. He touches on it, but not very much. It's not super duper religious. I'll just put it like that. So this book, you don't get any of them. This is the one that I would recommend for sure. The final book that I have been reading and revisiting for like 4 years now. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but this is called The Desire Map. And it says, a guide to creating goals with soul. Knowing how you want to feel is the most potent clarity you can have. Generating those feelings is the most powerful thing you can do with your life. So what I really, and then on the back, like, first of all, look how gorgeous this is. How do you want to feel? So this is a book that I've been revisiting so much because it's actually a workbook. So the front of it is your regular book, but it's so beautiful. And it has all these like delicious quotes that are just in the inside. It has like a lot of different like, it plays a lot with different fonts. So it's really like a really engaging, enticing book to read. It also has a lot of like, I think I said quotes already inside of it, but it's just a really great book. And this is by Danielle LaPorte. She kind of reminds me of Elizabeth Gilbert a little bit with her writing style, but this book is awesome. When I first started reading it back in like 2013, 2014, I don't think I was really ready for it, because I remember reading it and being like, okay, like that was cool. But this time I started reading it maybe like 2 years ago, where I went through the whole workbook part, and then now I use it as kind of just like a nightstand book where I read it in the morning when I wake up. If I don't do my devotional, I read it before I go to bed, and it just leaves me feeling really inspired. And she has a lot of really interesting questions inside that make you challenge a lot of your beliefs, and I like stuff like that. I like to be challenged when I'm reading books. So this one is great if you are very goal oriented and you know you're a vision board person and you have all these amazing ideas that you're trying to manifest. This right here, the desire map, is the book for you. So that's it for my favorite spirituality books, currently at least. And what I want you to do right now is to comment down below and let me know what is your favorite book about spirituality. And if you're interested in any of these, like I said, all the links will be in the description box. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.